This is the king seat match for this bracket.
Oh.
The winner sits in the king seat of this game.
Okay, so winner of this game is sitting in the king seat for their bracket, and that would be bracket A. Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah. This is bracket A. And then we have bracket D on court 2. And I believe we're going to the king seat game of that bracket after this.
Okay, very good. So on pace.
Which I'm assuming is like Belton Jr. versus someone. I don't know who the other one is.
It's quite an easy assumption there. Well, we got 2 just left of the hole, 2 in the hole. Monarca came in hard on that bag. Gavin throwing a low one, trying to push his bags up. He kind of sacrifices his throw bag out to the left, though. I don't know if you get that one to come back in. But he does have a bit of a gap between his bags. He steps out slightly, going to try to hit the middle here. Takes everything up front. Leaves the 2 bags to the left. Monarca going to finish in the hole here. No, he ends up sliding right off the back. Very disgusted with that throw. He's going to give up 3 points to start against Gavin.
It's a terrible feeling, too, because it comes out of your hand, you're like, that's not too bad, and then all of a sudden just jumps off the back end. You're like, there's no way that bag came out of my hand like that.
Well, this is the first game that Monarca's played over here on these boards. These boards might be slightly faster than the ones he's been playing on.
That's true.
But they did down and back and back and down back, so.
And his bags look like they're a little slower because they look like they're checking up pretty hard. He does land pretty long. I guess landing zones, well, now that one looked pretty good.
Yeah, that one looked good, but you're right. He does have a tendency to land a little deeper than what you would expect at the speed that they're coming in. So I guess he has found that he needs to drop it a little quicker and let it slide up because they look good now, looking real good. But he does give up a couple more points there. Gavin taking the quick lead, 5-0. Gavin gets around that. Monarca ended up out to the left slightly, and Gavin had no problem getting around it. Now he's gonna have to cut this one a little bit harder to get around that one. No, he's changing his mind. He's not going to cut it. He's going to set up behind it. He's going to take away the push shot, but I really think there's enough of that bag and Monarca could step out a little bit and come in and catch the front nose of that bag and take it in. So let's see how Gavin handles filling the gap here. Yeah, don't fill it. Just knock it all in and make Monarca put this into wash. Exactly what he does.
It might have ended the same way anyways with a wash. PPR is just better now.
Well, you know, sometimes you just take the options away and hope that throws them off enough to accidentally miss the hole.
Yeah. Different mentalities. I would have probably posted up and forced him to go over the top.
Yeah, when you're playing a pro, you're not really forcing them to go over the top. You're giving them the chance to.
Well, he definitely ain't pushing.
Good bag. He tried to catch a piece of that bag to get in. Gavin now fills the gap in front. That was a bit of a cut shot. It just didn't cut. He hit a little too center. And Gavin, even better cut blocker there.
Up.
Oh, off of Gavin's bag. Knocks Gavin's bag in, bounces off the back, and leaves his bag sitting on the edge. Going to give up 5 points there to Gavin. Gavin now doubling his points in one round. Score now 10-0.
Ernest has got some good games, so if he could just find that middle again.
Gavin stepping way out. He's going to try to bring this bag back in. He don't want to sacrifice it just yet. Oh, my goodness. What a great throw. Now
Perfect
Monarca
back.
puts a blocker up there. I think he just goes straight to the airmail. No, he tries to roll it. He finds out these boards are a little
Hard
too
push.
fast and don't roll the same.
He's going to do the.
He's going to call a timeout. What? Yes, dirty.
What?
He
what
got
a
me.
hezzy.
He got me. I'm telling
I'm
you.
not gonna lie, my mouth was open and I was looking to the right.
What a great move by
Looking at
Gavin. That dirty
I
little
personally
dog.
think he's gonna try to roll this and try to sit on top. I think
Well,
that's his shot.
yeah, I mean, you have to figure out a way to take the push bags away from Monarca, but it's pretty risky to try to get it to roll up. You could accidentally knock all three of them in and leave your three bags
No,
sitting
he's just
there.
gonna go straight behind it.
Oh,
that
they're
thing,
ready
You can
to
see
fall.
it moving. And Ernest has got a right to left. He's got a pretty decent right to left, but he's going slick side right now.
Yeah. He's going to try to push right past Gavin's bag.
Still with that right to left, but it just doesn't fall
listen,
all the way through.
It was a good pickup. He had to hit those bags hard enough to get him to drop, and that bag just stood up and dropped straight down instead of sliding forward.
That was a very accurate throw, though, because that thing landed and stayed exactly where he hit, where he was aiming for. Just didn't follow through.
Well, 4 points in now. Score 4-10. Monarca out to the right. The nose of the bag's hanging in the hole. Gavin fills in the gap up front. Monarca going to push through, trying to push through, but he ends up out to the left. Gavin gets by, leaving Monarca's bag to the right there. Much of the same from Monarca. That bag is really stuck to the right side. I would have thought somebody would have caught a piece of it. And there it goes. Gavin coming in, gaining 2 points on this round for a 10-12 round.
Gavin said he wasn't going to do it.
Well, that was a quick round, too. Like, they threw quick. So when Monarca is taking on that lead roll with that lead bag, he tends to move maybe a little faster than Gavin does. Gavin probably looking to slow it down a bit, but he threw really well there to keep that heavy pace. So
Flat side block.
Who, me?
I think he wanted to just replace that blocker bag, and he ended up out to the right there.
I don't even have my laptop out.
Monarca right down the middle, just short of falling in the hole. Still has a bag, though. Gavin pushes through it. Looks like Monarca putting this in gives him a 10-10 wash here. That's exactly what he did.
That one came in long, too.
Yeah, I think he knew it when he let it go. He kind of shook his head on his way through, even though the bag dropped. It doesn't really mean he's happy about it. He's happy for the drop, but he's not happy with the throw. It did come in deep and hit the back of the hole pretty hard. Gavin out to the left and short, not necessarily in the way. As you see, Monarca gets right by it without touching it. Gavin setting a wall, trying to create a situation where he can get some points since that bag out to the left is kind of dead at this point.
Good spot.
He's got to push through this and follow it in. Monarca looking to come out with some points here. Gains 2. Gets him a couple more on the board. Score 12-6. Monarca with the lead bag now. Now, the little blocker out front. Gavin replaces it. A little block up behind. Building the train. Stacking them up. Gavin goes airmail, catches the front of his bag and drags it in. So that leaves a long push shot to get that bag to go forward. But Monarca's stepping out. He's going to go around his own bag and leave it there. Gavin looking to probably go up again here. Oh, big roll shot. Puts it in front of the blocker. Guess he figured if he rolled that one in, if it didn't fall, then at least he was in front of those bags.
Yeah, for sure.
Creating a situation. Oh, what a pickup. Now Gavin
Not
wants
the bag that I thought he was going to pick up. I think he'd rather pick up that right side than that left side. Because now that gives Gavin a perfect opportunity to try to pick this bag up.
It does. I think you're right. I think that stayed further out than he wanted, or stayed further in than he wanted.
Yes. Yeah, he definitely wanted that right side pickup, not that left.
Score now 14-6. Gavin picks up a couple points off that. But they were both setting some blockers out there and working on those shots. So they're getting used to the boards now. We may see a little bit of a difference as Gavin approaches this next round. Let's see if he puts it in the hole or puts a blocker up. Well, he puts the blocker up, but it kicks out just a little further left than he wanted. Leaves an open lane for Monarca to find the hole. Now he's got the blocker out there. Monarca trying to get around it. Throws a cut shot, slides it right up there. Gavin coming in hot on the fast side, picks his front bag up, stands him up, and drops him in the hole.
He makes it look effortless.
He builds a tent and then throws it out. Big pickup by Monarca there. Monarca looking to come away with 2 points on this one. Oh, and he ends up going slightly long for the 10-10 wash. Just slid a little too far to the right, and the bag carried right over the edge of the hole. That is not a wash that feels like a win. It's not a win-win situation. He had a wide open hole, needed to go in the hole. Just missed that opportunity. Let's see how Gavin responds to that. Again, puts the blocker up there. It's a little on his side. Monarca trying to get around it. Throws his bag at a slight angle to get it to cut, and it doesn't cut. It just slides right off the back. And Gavin gets around his own bag. Another cut shot replaces right up next to it. Gavin resetting here. Fast side throw. He's going to try to push through. Oh, and he pushes right off the back and knocks Monarca's bag in. Ernest looking for that cut shot again. Finds the hole that time. Now we're going to see an attempt to pick this front bag up, push it in, and follow it. Oh, and he just misses the bag. Ends up sliding right over the hole and stays on the back, leaving a backboard for Monarca. Monarca finding the hole with that last bag. Big points there. Score now 10-14. Bringing him right back into this. Not that he was ever out. But we're just going back and forth with this momentum. Small mistakes and then the opponent capitalizing on those mistakes. Right down the middle blocker. Those WTFs. Big old roll, cut, whatever you want to call that type of bag, but it ends up bouncing up on top of that bag of Monarca's. Monarca goes up and lands on the bags, ends up drumming off the back, just bounces right over everything. Gavin goes up, ends up catching the left side of the hole and rolls to the back there. Still on the board, though. That puts him ahead.
I was going to say, I think a good slick side push would be good here.
Well, that's what you got. You got a slick side bump anyways. But he's definitely setting up for the next one there because Gavin now has to think about putting a blocker in front of those two bags so they can't be pushed in. Looks like he's checking to see how much airmail room he's got back there. But I don't know that an airmail drags anything in, so he just doesn't want 3 points on the board, I guess.
What if he tries to do a little roll shot here to sit on top?
I think it's a step-out cut. He's going to try to push his bag in.
Oh, he's going harder.
He ends up taking one of Monarca's, one of his, but he sets his bag up that was already up there, sets it up now to be able to take it in. Half that bag's in. Monarca may even take it in with one bounce of the board. He goes fast side to slide it up there, squeezes. Yeah, that kind of forces Gavin's hand. He's got to push hard enough to take all of those bags, hope that it drags his bag in, taking a timeout to go check it.
So. I think we only get 4, so that's 4. Right. Yeah. So I think he went to go look down there to make sure none of them would. I think they're going to fall in on contact, just off the bounce of the board itself.
Yeah, but he's got to push his bag hard enough to follow him in. That's the hardest thing about it. No. Well, leaves 2 of them on. He changed his mind. He rolled his eyes on the way down. He was not happy with his decision there.
So he gives up 1 on that.
He did exactly what he meant to do. He just did not think the outcome was going to be that. And as soon as he saw it, he regretted it. Monarca's okay with it, though.
We got you on now.
The worst part about that for Gavin is that's his last timeout. He's out of timeouts now.
Correct. And that's what Ernest was saying just a while ago. He was confirming, and we had his back on that one because that was his 4th timeout.
Third. It was his 3rd timeout.
Oh. See, how many timeouts do we get? 3? Well, I'm pretty sure he had 4.
Monarca's looking for a switch on the board so he can actually see it and not take a timeout.
Oh, my bad. There we go. Sorry, buddy.
Gavin's saying call a timeout. I've had to use mine.
I thought I already switched it. There we go.
Now he's going to blame you. It happens. Gavin trying to make something of this year. Oh.
Just a little too hard.
He's going to walk away with 3 points, though. 17-11. Puts the blocker up on Monarca's side. Monarca gets around it. So he's going to replace it, moves it more towards the middle, makes it harder for Monarca to get around it. He's creating a situation where Monarca either has to push through, hoping he bounces off, or set up behind it. And he ends up out to the left, so Gavin replaces it. I thought he would have gone ahead and slid in, but he just replaces it, going for multiple chances here. Now, last bag, we're going to see a short airmail. It was short, landed on the bag, knocked it in, stayed on the board, though, so Monarca's trying to push his front bag in and follow it. Going fast side with these WTFs. I believe he said the X-rays. So he's going to throw a fast side push, try to follow it, and that's what he does for a 10-10 wash.
I feel like they've been playing longer than this.
Yeah, it does feel like it's been longer than 14 rounds. They're keeping a fairly slow pace there. Gavin is not changing his pace for anyone.
I guess when you get 30 timeouts, it tends to happen.
I mean, we're round 15. He's already called 3 timeouts, so
2 of them back to back in the same round.
Yeah, same round.
And then the next one over here is the winner's bracket game.
Big cut shot, just catches too much of the bag and ends up off to the left. Monarca stepping way out. He's going to try to cut around I don't know that he can get by Gavin's bag in front of the hole, but he sets up right on top of his bag. Gavin gets around it all, though, from the other side of the board.
Monarca had that death stare at him.
No words for it, though. He just... Here comes another cut.
Wow.
And he finds it. Gavin going out there big again. He hit it hard enough. His bag looks like it's about to fall. Let's see if Monarca... I mean, that bag is about to fall. I think Monarca has a chance here. His bag on top is slick side. He could throw a short airmail, maybe drag his and Cano's bag in. But he's stepping way out. He's looking to cut around this and leave that bag alone. No, he just stays on the board. Yeah, comes in soft. I don't think that's what he wanted to do, but he did. Comes in soft and leaves it up there. So, yeah, 6-6 wash.
Yep.
Monarca testing those bags to see if he could have spun that one in and everything would have stayed.
I think he could have, because I felt like his bag was sitting on top of Gavin's.
Yep.
To where I don't think it was going to move as much.
I think he had two bags on top of Gavin's. I think his bottom bag was on it, and then the top bag that was sitting on top was on all three of those bags. So.
It was a wash.
6-6 wash.
Yeah.
You had
Three on the
yours,
board.
his, and then yours on top, and then you had a last one on the backside. You each.
You
Yeah,
had
each had one
two
in.
stacked, and you threw your last bag short. Sorry, a little clarification on what that round looked like. I think Monarca wanted to see his own replay. But that's okay. His black bag was sitting on the slow side right in front of, or right behind Gavin's front bag. Then he had another bag on top of that, and he threw his last bag behind them all. And they each had one in the hole, so.
Well, when he comes back and look at this video, you can say, my bad, guys, my bad.
Nah, he look, I don't blame him. If you have it in your head, something happened, and
Yeah.
you got to, that's a mental thing, and he handled it well. He asked the question and moved on.
Hey, I'm gonna hold your game for a second.
Oh, a little long there, though. This
There's
is
an
a
opportunity
chance
to get some more points.
Here you go. Taking his time.
With no questions asked.
Nice shot right down the middle.
Gavin tried to go get that.
Yeah, well, he would have, I think, but Monarca's bag kind of turned it, so it kind of took away the chance to get a piece of it.
There you go. Get you 4 points.
Yep. Now he's got some. Makes it a 15-17 game. I mean, if anything, asking the question could have got into Gavin's head a little bit and caused that round. So maybe that was a smart move on Monarca's part. Changes the pace of things. Makes him think about something other than putting it in the hole.
I thought there was a bat in the ceiling. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, we got a drone out here flying overhead. Our fearless leader and producer, Cowboy Chase, is really giving you the business when it comes to this production value.
Pause.
Oh, yeah.
Gavin now finding the hole. Monarca wishing he did not miss out to the left there.
Yeah.
Takes the timeout.
So there's no ends answer about it. He's got to put this in and hope Gavin misses. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
that's
but
the only way.
It only gives Gavin 2 points.
No.
Oh, he has
Gavin's
one off
all
the
in.
back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I see the
Monarca's
edge
got
of
one
it.
off the
Yeah.
backside.
Whoa.
So that's why he really didn't want to miss that third bag. So he's
Look,
got to put this in.
Now he's like, hey, you
Force.
want to miss this one? If I put this in the hole, will you miss it so we can keep going?
But that's the other part of the game. There is the mental aspect. He's trying to get into his head right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
He's
Gavin.
taking him off of it.
Pretty sure Gavin looked at him, smiled, and said, "Nope, I'm good. I'm gonna throw it right in the hole."
So he's got to put this in. Otherwise, Gavin doesn't even need to throw this bag. Okay, so
Yeah,
Gavin
put
does
it
have
in.
to throw.
And there it
Yeah,
is.
just like that. There you go. Clutch time. That's a good finish there by both of
Yeah,
those guys.
good game. Big finish there by Gavin.
So Gavin now in the king seat, getting ready to finish up whoever comes in through that losers bracket and get it going. So